My beloved soul, pause for a moment and hear me not with ears alone, but with the quiet longing that lives deep within your heart. For it is there, in the silent sanctuary of your spirit, that my voice gently calls your name, urging you to set aside the burdens you carry so tirelessly, the doubts that weigh down your spirit, and the fears that whisper in the shadows of your thoughts. Because I am here, closer than your own breath, watching over you with a love so profound that even the stars in the vastness of night cannot measure its depth. Let me help you. Dear one, for you were never meant to walk this path alone, never destined to fight every battle by your own strength. And though the world has taught you to be strong, to hide your tears, and to face storms with clenched fists, I am asking you now to release that weight, to open your weary hands, and offer me the fragments of your broken dreams, your silent regrets, and the quiet sorrows you dare not speak aloud. Because my grace is not reserved only for the perfect or the unafraid. It is poured out for those who tremble, for those who falter, and for those who feel they have nothing left to give. Today, my message for you is simple, yet eternal. You are loved beyond comprehension, cherished beyond words, and protected beyond what your eyes can see. For my hand rests gently upon your life, guiding, guarding, and shaping you in ways you may never fully understand until the day you look back and realize that every closed door, every painful delay, and every tear you shed was not the end, but the unfolding of a story greater than anything you could have imagined. So do not fear the silence that sometimes surrounds your prayers, for I hear every whisper, even those words left unspoken because your pain made them too heavy to voice. I see the nights when sleep would not come and your mind replayed every failure and every fear. And I tell you now, beloved, that even in those restless hours, I was with you, holding your spirit, comforting your heart, and promising you that dawn would come, even if you could not see it yet. Let me help you, not because you are weak, but because true strength is found in surrender, in trusting that my power is made perfect in your weakness, and in believing that my love for you is not conditional on your success, your perfection, or your ability to hold everything together, but flows endlessly because you are mine. My dear child, today I want you to know that there is nothing you have done, no mistake so grave, no sin so heavy, that my mercy cannot cover it. For my grace is like an ocean, and your failures are but pebbles cast into its depths, quickly swallowed and forever forgotten in the waves of my forgiveness. And though guilt may visit your mind and whisper accusations, remember this truth. I have already paid the price, and you are free. So come to me. Bring me your weary thoughts, your restless anxieties, and your silent fears about tomorrow. For you do not need to face the unknown with trembling hands, because I am already there, preparing the way, making crooked paths straight, and turning even the most impossible situations into testimonies of my faithfulness. Do not allow the voices of the world to drown out my words to you, for so often they will tell you that you must earn love, achieve worth, and prove yourself worthy of acceptance. But my love was never something to be earned. It was given before your first breath. It surrounded you when you took your first steps, and it remains with you now, unwavering, even when your faith feels small and your hope feels faint. Hear me. Today, you are not defined by your past, not limited by your mistakes, nor doomed by your fears, because I, the Lord who formed you in your mother's womb, who wrote your name on the palm of my hand, am greater than every failure, every fear, and every dark night of the soul. And if you will let me, I will turn your mourning into dancing and your despair into hope. Let me help you rebuild the places in your heart that have been broken by betrayal, by disappointment, and by the wounds that others' words and actions have left behind. For I am the healer of hearts, the restorer of souls, and the lifter of heads bowed low with sorrow. And I promise you, nothing you have suffered will be wasted. For even your tears are precious to me, and I will use them to water seeds of compassion, strength, and wisdom within you. When you feel alone, remember that my presence never leaves you, not for a moment, and even when your emotions scream otherwise. Truth remains. I am with you always to the end of the age, walking beside you in every joy and every sorrow, every triumph and every defeat, every moment when you feel strong and every moment when you feel like you might break. Let me help you. See yourself as I see you, not as broken, inadequate, or unworthy, but as my beloved creation, fearfully and wonderfully made, clothed in dignity and strength, and called to a purpose greater than you can imagine. For I do not see only who you are now, but who you will become as you walk with me. Transformed by my grace and guided by my spirit, my child, there are days ahead when doubts will come knocking at the door of your heart, when fears will whisper that you cannot go on, and when circumstances will tempt you to believe that I have forgotten you. But in those moments, remember these words: I have promised never to leave you nor forsake you, and my promises are as sure as the sunrise, as faithful as the tide, and as unchanging as my eternal love. Let me help you carry what is too heavy for you alone, for there are burdens you were never meant to bear by your own strength, and my shoulders are broad enough for every sorrow, every worry, and every regret you place upon them. So cast your cares on me, and rest in the peace that surpasses understanding. Today, my message for you is not just comfort, but also a call to trust me not only with the easy things, but with your deepest wounds, to surrender not only your plans, but your fears about what might happen if those plans fail, and to believe that even your failures, when surrendered to me, can become the very canvas upon which I paint my grace most beautifully. Beloved, I know the scars you carry, the ones others see, and the ones hidden deep within, where no eye but mine can look, and I want you to know that they do not disqualify you from my love, but rather become places where my power and mercy can shine most brightly. So do not hide your brokenness from me, for I see it already, and I love you still. Let me help you silence the voices of condemnation that echo in your mind, telling you that you are not enough, that you are too flawed, too late, or too far gone. Because I, the one who knows the depths of your heart, say this: you are chosen, redeemed, and loved with an everlasting love, and nothing, not your past, not your doubts, and not even your own weakness, can separate you from my embrace. When the world around you shakes, when what once felt certain crumbles, and when the road ahead disappears into darkness, remember that I am your rock, your refuge, and your guide. And though you may not see the way, I see it clearly, and I will lead you step by step, if only you will trust me. My child, let me help you see that what feels like a delay is not a denial, that what feels like loss is sometimes my hand making space for something greater, and that what feels like the end may, in my plan, be the very beginning of something far more beautiful than you dared to pray for. So come, sit with me a while. Let your soul breathe in the quiet of my presence, and allow my words to sink deep into your heart, for in this stillness, I will remind you again and again, you are mine, you are loved, and you are never alone.